Greetings, everybody. Neymar here, and this is another response to Brandy regarding the odds and evens. I also did a little brief workout. Um, so I'm just going to look at the bias that Advantage Gold was mentioning, and I'm assuming that this is the bias that got you thinking here. Now, I don't really follow bias because whenever I check it, there's always no bias. But this is something to keep note of. I'll have to look closer in my game, which also is a 543. Now, this bias of 8 odds in the last 10 games, the bias history showed that it only happened 23 times. So that's not a lot. So definitely you would start looking towards the evens. Now, currently, you just had 4 evens on the January 26th draw, and you had 4 evens on the January 27th draw. So the projection now states that if you had 1 odd and 4 even numbers, that happened 676 times and was followed by, if you're going by the numbers, 3 odds and 2 evens, the most, 34.6. Now that doesn't mean that that's going to happen, but here you can see the 1 odd, 4 even happened 2 times in a row, 76 times. And only 3 times is it hit 3 times in a row. So definitely you're looking for it to switch back towards odds. However, of course, there's no guarantee that that is going to happen. So one of the things that you might want to do, which I'm doing myself on, you can get some graph paper, right? I don't use graph paper. I'm using actually this Bristol paper, which is like super, super tiny graph paper. It's like art paper essentially. And so what you could do, so this is, I took this out of the Excel, and this is here the game number, the date, this is the drawing, and this is the data that shows you if you have a 0 of a particular number. So let's look at the 0 here. So in this particular instance, you had 1 last digit 0. And if you look at the number, it was 30. And in the next drawing, you had 0 last digit zeros over here. And then in this drawing, you had 2 last digit zeros with a 10 and a 30. So basically, this is like the raw data. And then I make a picture here. So this 2 represents this 2 here. And then this is the drawing sense hit chart that goes down. So these are the evens here, and these are the odds. Now the simplest convention for me was that even kind of rhymes with green, even green. So I used the green for the evens, and odd, we have the O, so odd was orange. So that was the simplest convention that I could come up with. So if you could come up with something better, be my guest. So these are the odds, and these are the evens over here. So I look for a drawing sense hit chart going down. I look for a streak. Nothing is really standing out here, except maybe this. Let me see. This is, you had a repeat 9, and then that's a 9. So you have a 9-9 symmetry. So that's something that you could consider. Now I actually did this 9-9 symmetry for last digit ones in New York, and it failed. And so I don't know what happened. Not New York, I'm sorry, in Pennsylvania. So I don't know what happened tonight. The drawing shall be posted at 7:30. But anyway, the point is this: is that here you were asking about odds and evens. So this is 4 odds. Let's scroll this over here. So these are the individual numbers. At the top is the heading. This is 2 sets of last digits the same. This is 3 last digits same. So for instance here, you have 3 last digits, and it was 16, 26, 36. So this was like a little flag formation for 3 last digits. This one here was 7/17/37, and so this was 5/15/25. So you can get a little streak here. Now I don't know how many dormant periods this was, but if you look at 4 evens here, this is 4 dormant periods since the last flag formation. And you can see here for odds, this is 4, 7, 1, 9, 2. So this seems to be hot, and this would be a trend reversal. So even though, for instance, the projection here is showing that 3, 2, 3 odds, 2 evens becoming due, if you have a trend reversal in 4 evens, 1 odd, 4 evens here, you could start having like a hot and hitting pattern. Now this is an intermediate flag. These are the tricky ones. And again, I put this is like an orange, this is a green to show the differences in the flags. I mean, certainly, it's whatever helps you to see. But if let's say you take a piece of graph paper and you make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns, and then you start tracking, right? Because the good thing about the Advantage Gold is that you can, it tracks for you, and then you can get a picture. But then it's hard to continue tracking towards to the next draw. So if you have a graph paper and you mark it, you can then kind of get a better visualization of what happens if it switches from odds to even. Now I used to do this a lot for New York. So for instance, this is more than 2 odds, right? And you can see here there's a little bit of a flag. Here's 3, a skip of 3. Now I don't have this marked with the hits, but it would basically be the same kind of deal where these would all be hits here, right? And then then if I hit Control V, and then you go 1, 2, 3. So it's been 3 drawings here since you've had. All right, it wants to have the formatting there for now. Let me copy this 3 so I can get rid of that. All right, so it's been 3 drawings since you've had a preponderance of odds. So definitely you would want to consider your ratio. So if you're looking for a 3-to-2 ratio of odds to evens, you would do like, let's say 6 odds and 4 evens, right? You keep the ratio within your wheel. That would be kind of just the basic mathematics of it. Now, so if you're looking at odd numbers, right? I actually have the chart 4 here, which I made. Now, these little stars here represent the 4th hit in a streak. Now, for some reason, the 4th hit in a streak is like a sweet spot. I don't know why, but it just happens. So this is 3, 5, 4. So you see the 4, 5 symmetry, and that's why I have the 3 marked here. Now these arrows are pairs. So for instance, this is the 1. It's pointing to the 1 and it's pointing to the 25. And I got that pair. Where did I get that pair from? 125. Let me see. Where was it from? Okay, maybe that's not a pair. Let's skip that pair. Let me see. Where is there a 1? Is there any 1 here? Oh, you know where I got that pair? I got that pair from over here, which is kind of weird because let me see. I got it from a 4A. 125 hit 85 times here, and 127 hit 85 times. So this is I exported this. So 125. But why is it not showing over here? 125. That's a question for Joe, unless I made a mistake. But you can see here, okay, so the 830, and let me shrink this down so you can verify that I got the right game and I don't make a mistake. So here's 543, North Carolina, and here's the last drawing, 125,207. So 830 hit 87 times here. So that's why I have the 830 over here, 830, right? And you can see here's a flag. 7 came in reverse off a skip of 40. 71705. So if you do have an adjacent here, you could have like a 3031 come in. And so if you look, all right, so 830 is a pair based off of the pairs. So it's 87 times. So just to make sure I didn't make a mistake, here is the 830 and it's 87 times. So the question is why is it not showing the 125 pair? That's a question for Joe. I have like a ton of questions for him. Okay, and so what I did here then, this is the hit charts. Last 720, last 360, last 180, last 90, last 60, last 30. So you can see in the last 30 here that the number 1 is really hot. And it's easier to see here, you're going left to right, the 1 is hot. So, because the hardest thing to do really is to cross-reference the charts. So that's what I try to do in Excel. I've been successful in some instances, not successful in all instances. And these are all experimental with the new 543 game. And so I'm trying them out here with the North Carolina game. So, okay, so let's leave the 125 pair there. Because yes, it's there, and I got to ask Joe why it's not showing on this pair chart. Now, if I look at the triads, I put in the 8, 9, 21, and I think I put in, what else did I put? I put in 13, 21, 29. So I skipped the top one. So, I mean, basically you have to, use your own judgment to see which one you like. So I used the 8, 9, 21, and I think I used the 13, 21, 29 because I tried to keep the 20, 21 in common. And then I put it down here. So these are the hit charts. This is a triad, this is a triad, this is a quad, this is a quad, this is a quint, and this is a quint. And this represents my Fibonacci spread of 20, 21, 22 over here. So for instance, so if you think the 8 is going to come in, you have the 30 here. 830 is a top pair. Here's a flag. Now this is also symmetry. The 31 you can see has 199 and it's an adjacent. So it's the 4th hit. So 4th hit is the sweet spot, and I think that's all for the 4th hit numbers. And a lot of streaks go to the 4th hit. Like here, you had in this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would have looked for the 4th hit as a sweet spot here. Here you had 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the reason why the 4 was the sweet spot is because I used to reset the dormant period count after 4 hits. So 4 hits was my standard that I used to use. And then what happened was I tried to use the 4 hit standard to reset the dormant count. Like, I got all like, cocky. It's like, oh, if I can count well, it should work for the pick 3. So I tried to apply that standard of 4 hits to reset the count for pick 3. But sometimes you won't get 4 hits in a streak in a pick 3. You only get 3 hits in a streak. And when I was doing 4 hits in a streak in pick 3, I would be counting, like 20, 25 dormant periods, and it wasn't feasible. So I reduced it to 3, and that's in accord with what Gail says in the Lottery Master Guide. I don't remember on what page. I have to put that out there. But yeah, so that's where I got that standard. So I always look for the 4th hit. So the 3 is interesting, and then that gives you a quad. So let's say you played 3, 8, and then 25 is over here as a repeat, and 38 over here is coming in reverse. 14, 5, 0, another repeat. And you can also throw in the 30 here as a flag formation, pair with the 30. So this is like just kind of like, so I'm actually using the triads. I'm using the pairs, the triads, the quads, and the quints to find the numbers within the wheel. Now, of course, here I haven't left out any decades or any groups, so that's something that you would look deeper into. But I haven't done that. That's in another that's in the other file, which is not updated. And you can see there's no colors here for the big because I just didn't have the time to do it or the patience. And I was looking at the odds and evens first, but I may do it anyway just to see what the dormant periods are. But you would use chart 4B to count the dormant periods. So I guess that's really it. So based on the bias history or the projection. So if you were looking for 3 odds, 2 evens, I would go. All right. So let's see the evens first. Where's the evens? So you got your 8s as your even. Here's a 12 as an even though this is a 6-9 upstroke. Let me see. 18 is interesting because it looks like it's in a streak here. You could have a hot skip after this intermediate. So it came in reverse 9, and then hot skip 2, hot skip 1. The 1-5 flag failed. It went to intermediate, and now it would come back as a hot skip. And let's see. If I look at the last digit 8s over here, maybe it would repeat here. You had 838 last time. Maybe you'll have 818. Maybe it'll be an 1838. Now, I guess that's it. So I just wanted to give you an idea of how I cross-reference. I plan to do a video showing the recent win that I had in Pennsylvania. It was my first 3-number win. I haven't really built all the charts necessary for this, and I haven't run through the entire Advantage Gold with the for my state, which is something that I'm gonna have to get around to doing. Probably gonna take at least an hour. It could take more to really understand everything. To understand the mathematics, because when you get something like this, a projection, right? Sometimes you gotta read this over like 3-4 times before it sinks in, and then you have to realize that you could have like a 3 odd 2 even here in this particular row. It's 10 times you've had 5 3 odds 2 evens in a row, right? So, or for instance, if you had 4 odds 1 even, you had 6 times that's gone 4 in a row. So that certainly is always possible, based on a very, very long term bias. So I guess that's it. I feel like I'm kind of rambling at this point. But these are the numbers to certainly keep an eye on. The 4th hit in the streak is a sweet spot. And so you have 5-7 symmetry, and here's 9-9 symmetry. So I got, like, if I would redo this again, I look at the pairs with the 3, which I can do because I have the 4A here. So let me see if I look at the pairs of the 3. You have the 3-6, 80 times, 3-27, 76 times. I know it's very small to see. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger here. Home, and then we'll go 8. Alright, so that's bigger. And so that's 6, and that's where I got the 125 from. But here's the 830, and so the 30 over here, let me see, if the 30 over here is a flag. So, it's up to you. You got to make the final decision, of course. And that's it. So anyway, good luck. I hope this helps. If you have any additional questions, I'm going to start writing some macros, or recording some macros rather, and for the odds evens, because I'm curious to see how it happens in my game. And certainly the more information you have, the better. But right now I'm looking at, I have on my Bristol paper, I must have like 120 variables, and I'm not even looking at odds and evens. The only thing I look at again is whether or not you're going to have 2 of a particular last digit. And I kind of do the 45-degree angle here, but I haven't had any success. And I was going for a 9-9 symmetry. That was the big one for yesterday, but now it's 9-10, and I changed the numbers. So yeah, that's about it. And this is where I got the quints from. So these are the quints quads, triads, pairs. This is also pairs. This is the other. These are best pairs, which is also in the companion pairs chart. This is not companion pairs. This is it's whatever. It's a similar one. One is companions and one is companion pairs. Is that how it goes? I don't remember. I'm doing it by off the top of my head. That's it. So remember, this is read from left to right. This one is top to bottom. And let me see. Let me bring one of this top to bottom over here. Copy. And then I'm gonna Control V. So it's the numbers. Of course, the 1 is really hot. And this blue is the Fibonacci spread from the 1. So you could even do something like the 1, 8, 9, 21, and then 23. Because really you want to do, the goal should not be to hit the jackpot. The goal should be to catch a 4-number win. And that way you can play with the house money. You don't have to be stressed out. Right now, that's my goal, is to hit a 4-number win. But I haven't been going down to the store because it's just really cold. And I have to still build a whole bunch of charts. But I'm about to do my workout, and I hope to post my little winning ticket. It was, I mean, like I've had countless three-number wins in New York, like at least 100 plus must be, because I had 25 4-number wins, but I only have one 3-number win in PA. And but I didn't go down the hill that much as I should have, also because of the hill. And that was because I didn't know about the shortcut. I found a shortcut. But anyway, I'm just blathering now. So anyway, any questions, comments? This is for North Carolina. This is for tonight. This is a $697,000 jackpot. And this is actually a nice looking combination. It's not so terrible. And you have a late drawing. You have 11:22 drawing. My drawing is at 7. So it's over. It's already done. So I'm gonna do my workout in about 5 minutes. I'll start it. All right. Good luck, Brandy. Good luck, everybody else who's watching, and see you in the next video.